Minolta CLE was not really good. To be honest, one of the worst. I would say is a boring camera. So welcome to my channel, and if you watch my previous video, I recently had a month of holiday with my family after my wedding. So during the holiday, I wanted to have very minimalistic setup for my photography, both digital and film. For digital camera, I was obviously using Fujifilm X100V, which was perfect compact camera. But I wasn't sure for film camera. My favorite film camera has been my Leica M3 film camera, but I wanted to use this 28mm lens, which is a Sumaron 5.6, very interesting lens. So as you probably know, Leica M3 doesn't have 28mm frame line. It starts from 50mm and need to use external viewfinder, which is not really comfortable. So I was looking for a film camera with this criteria to try out during my holiday. First, Leica M mount. Second, need to have 28mm frame line. Third, wanted to have internal light meter, and also I wanted to have the price below 1k Australian dollar. There are not many cameras with this criteria, but I found this camera, Minolta CLE. CLE stands for Compact Leica Electronic. And it is actually the world's first Leica M camera with TTL automatic exposure. It is super light camera and it's about 380 gram compared to my Leica M3 is 580 gram, I think. And it has an internal light meter and also have an aperture priority. So it's like a mini Leica M7 with less than 1/5 of price tag. So this little camera basically tick all my checklist. It is a Leica M mount camera. It has a 28mm frame line. It has a internal light meter and even have an aperture priority mode. And finally, it was below $1,000 in Australia. So I bought it straight away and I start to use it during my holiday with this camera. It has a nice little form factor, very light compared to my favorite Leica M3. It is really good point, especially with this Sumaron 28mm lens. It's very compact. And also, of course, because it's a film camera itself, it doesn't really affect the result. Result is all from the lens and film stock, and I'm using Leica glass. So the result should be the same as when I'm using Leica M3. So I brought this camera every day, everywhere, along with my Fujifilm X100V digital camera. The rangefinder is pretty bright and easy to use. It has an on and off button on the front, so I don't need to worry about having a wasted frame while in the back. Also, I haven't used it before, but it has a self timer on the front. And finally, aperture priority mode makes me so easy to capture whatever. So everything sounds fine, right? But after a few days of shooting, I kept missing my Leica M3. Just because shooting experience with this Minolta CLE was not really good. To be honest, one of the worst. I would say is a boring camera. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing camera, small, cute, accurate, it does its job done. But it's not just fun to shoot. One of the reasons that I shoot film and also the Leica especially is all about shooting experience. Leica M3 is such an uncomfortable film camera. But I still love it because that uncomfortable thing makes me to focus on basic photography and just enjoy the process of shooting films. I'm not sure whether you agree or not, but that's me. Some people say they love Leica because of the Leica glass, durability, history, or design. I agree. I love all that as well, but it need to be fun to shoot to me. And this camera wasn't. Aperture priority makes me lazy and bored. And somehow shutter speed dial is comfortable, but it just feels awkward because I used to use Leica M3. And actually its lightweight makes me to feel like a toy camera as well. Of course, I like all the photos taken with this camera during my holiday, but I'm just saying I didn't really enjoy bringing this out every single day to take photos. So overall, I'm sure it's such a nice and affordable M-mount film camera out there. If you're new to rangefinder or want to get into the Leica system, go for it. You're gonna love it. It will be a really good camera for you, but I'm selling the camera just because I'm not enjoying it. Also, I still got my M3 and I got new Leica MP as well. So that's my honest short-term review or my thoughts about this camera. And don't get me wrong, Minolta CLE is a still awesome camera even though I'm selling it. Hope you enjoy and helpful. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.